Welcome on in to the Palisades Mall in West Nyack, in definitely New York, not New Jersey. And we have got a good one for you today. It's the New York City Raiders. They've left the confines of the greatest city in the world, and they've hit the road to do what all teenage suburbanites do. They've gone to the mall. But rather than hang out at the Sbarro in the food court or find out if a schooner really is a sailboat, the Raiders have come to town to take on the Palisades Predators, their old rivals from the Hudson Valley Hockey League. The Predators are 28-9-4 on the year with recent victories over North Park, Secaucus, and the Yale Junior Bulldogs. They also recently dropped a game to the Darien Youth A team. The Predators are always a tough matchup, and that's especially true here in West Nyack, where the Predators are not only at the top of the mall, but also at the top of their game. The Raiders come into this one having notched a comeback victory over the Long Beach Lightning yesterday by a score of 5-2. It was a good game for the Long Island City team, who were down a center, a winger, and a defender. The Raiders will look to spend a bit less time in the penalty box today after yesterday's chippy affair. There goes the buzzer for warm-up. Stick around. It's puck drop for period one. Coming up next right here on Midnight Sports. Well, we're getting set for puck drop here in period one. Music's right behind us. We're at a low vantage point here at the Palisades Mall. Best view we can get you. And so we thank you for joining us. It's one forward there by a returning Sam Berliner. He's got Samosi, Fauci, Kishlevsky, and Marchuka out there with him. Palisades work it out of their defensive zone, send it all the way down. Icing immediately waved just 14 seconds into this game. Fauci will pick up the puck behind his own net. And in that net is Jason Bricker today, starting in goal for the New York City Raiders. It'll be Fauci now trying to work that puck up and out of the zone. Can't get it quite across the blue line for the Raiders there. And the Predators take over in the high slot, but Sam Berliner there first, able to work that up to the blue line. Still not out. Now Marchuka all over his man. Predators fire that in wide of the cage, and Samosi will pick it up, that rolling puck into the neutral zone. He's going to settle it down, gain the offensive zone, dump in. He's got Marchuka on the forecheck with him. Samosi beats his man to the puck just behind the net. Now it's Marchuka working that puck up to the slot. Finkelstein tries to send that in a little bit deeper, and he's able to guide that in. Send a tight angle shot, hit just the side of the cage there, and then tries to wrap around into the slot. Palisades come away with it, though. The Predators now looking to break out of their zone. They do. Nice pass across the blue line into the neutral zone without possession as Gosser takes a heavy hit to dump that puck in. Comes all the way around to the end boards, right in front of the camera well here. Lorenzo Vigliotti seeing the ice. Goal scorer from yesterday tries a sneaky shot on the backhand wraparound, but the Palisades goalie, equal to the task, rejects that shot. The puck comes all the way out to the neutral zone, and the Predators look to dump in. Raiders, turn that puck right the other way in the neutral zone, and the Predators will have to set up again at their own blue line as the Raiders complete their change. They go point to point there as the Predators just wait for the play to open up. Still curling in their own zone, making sure everyone gets a touch on the puck here to stay warm and get into this game. Predators have the puck again at their own blue line there, trying a diagonal pass up the center of the ice. Vigliotti will now turn, sees that puck go into the defensive zone. Gosser there, though, as Vigliotti waits for the pass at the blue line. Puck now at the far half wall, and the Predators jousting for it, able to work that in and come away with possession, the Predators. They'll curl in the far corner and then work it up to the far point. Shot comes in, it's deflected down. Bricker gets there first, and he gloves that. So with 12:56 left to go here in the first, it's a defensive zone draw for the Raiders. Well, no need to adjust your dial. We'll be going in and out on the audio here and there as we are right in front of the speaker at the Palisades Mall. In any event, Smosi pours in there, nearly was in all alone on the goaltender. Long stick, though, keeps him out at first. Rebound coming. Now the Raiders try to get a shot on goal. Hit a body in front. Koslevsky keeps the zone, dumps that in deep. Smosi turns to try and pick it up on the forecheck. Puck racked all the way around. Fauci's able to keep the zone momentarily. Now the Predators come the other way. They gain the line. They dump in. Koslevsky will turn to pick up at the end boards. It's Koslevsky now working that puck up to the weak side. Comes up to the far point where the Predators await. They send a shot in. It's again deflected, and Bricker able to shut that deflection down again. Bounces up off his stick into the chest, into the glove. And so with 12:17 left to go here in the first, we get another stoppage in play. And it's going to be a defensive zone draw for the Raiders, as they'll contemplate some new skaters out there. It's going to be Marchuka at the far dot. He's got Simosi out there with him. And the Predators win that faceoff. They dump it on in deep, and the Raiders will turn. It's Steinfink now watching his man in the near corner. He's able to chip it up just past him, and Simosi takes the puck at the near half wall, works that over to the weak side. Gosser on it, chips it up farther into the neutral zone. The Predators will take over there. Against center ice, try and dump in. Can't beat Gosler, who sends the puck right back the other way, looking for Marchuka. He finds Berliner. Berliner into the slot. Feathers one over toward Marchuka. Can't evade the Predators' stick, though. The Predators will turn that right into the neutral zone, and now the Raiders have to collect it at their own blue line. Instead, the Predators come away with it momentarily, and the Raiders get it right back. Gosler chips that up, but out of play toward the scorer's booth, so we'll get another stoppage with 11:37 left to go here in the first. Well, Meyerowicz and Finkelstein now out on the ice as well. And the Raiders try and win that faceoff forward and out of the zone. Predators get in the way, though, and they'll try and jam it up, the Raiders will, up the strong side. Rolling puck comes into the slot, and now all the way down to the far corner, and Predators try and take over there. Finkelstein all over his man in that far corner. His man goes to the end boards, looks to send something into the slot. No stick there. Ooh, dangerous play for the Raiders, but they're able to survive as that puck missed all sticks. Kalemba out there now, too. Puck sits at the Raiders' blue line. They can't jam it forward just yet as the Predators are in the way. It does eventually roll to Kalemba, who tries to work it farther. It's a shin pad as the puck again right back at the blue line. The Predators look to take over possession by banking it off the wall there. Instead, it's jousted up by Fauci toward Kalemba. Can't break into the offensive zone. The Raiders will have to try again in the neutral zone. Predators pouring the other way, trying to get that puck deep. Just some ping-ponging of the puck right in the neutral zone right now, as neither team can really set up shop in their offensive end. Fauci will now turn with the puck as the Predators make a change. They got that puck deep. Fauci behind his own net, curls around Bricker into the slot, and now pushed wide, trying to get that puck out. He's got two Predators all over him, and the Predators now break the other way. Long stick of Koslevsky guides that harmlessly to the far corner. Predators emerge with it, sticked aside there by Bricker before it can get in any danger zone, and Kalemba now chips it up to himself and comes weak side. He finds the skates of Meyerowicz. It rolls off him, but he does the job of getting that puck in deep so the Raiders can make a change behind the play. Kalemba on the forecheck before he heads off. Predators try and work that up into the neutral zone. These teams really trying to feel each other out right now, all the way through the neutral zone. Some players come over the boards. No player gets hit with the puck. No player tried to play it, so no too many men on the ice call, that is, as Berliner now goes to work on his man here at the near end boards. Berliner takes the puck off his man, curls around once, then twice. Puck sits here at the end boards. He's looking for Simosi in the slot. Can't quite connect as it hits a skate, and Simosi will rub his man out of the play there. And the Predators do emerge, though. Predators took a hit to make a play there, and they're able to get that puck deep. And so It'll be Gosser trying to work that puck up toward Marchuka. Puck gets caught in the skates of the linesman. The Predators will keep the zone here with 9:22 left to go in the first period. They're setting up shop now, as they want to, in the offensive zone. It's Marchuka in the far corner on the forehand, trying to reverse so he can get a defenseman on the forehand and get the puck out. Steinfink now fires in behind his net. Puck rolls there, comes all the way to the far corner again, and it'll be Steinfink trying to chip that puck up and out of the zone. He does. Predators will take over again in the neutral zone at their blue line. That puck goes up and out of play, though, on the reverse. So with 9:01 left to go in the first, still scoreless here in West Nyack, New York. And that faceoff's going to come all the way back down to the Predators' defensive end. It's Vigliotti on the draw. The shot comes in after a pass from the Predators. They look to zoom this out of the zone. They do. It's Fauci back, covering his man as he breaks in the offensive zone. Tries to wipe him out of the play. Goes around, shoots well high of the net, and the Raiders look to pick it up there. Kalimba out there at the far half wall, works that up to the far point. Shot coming in. Ooh, there's a player all over Bricker in front. Must have been dumped there by a Raiders defenseman, it looks like. And a little pushing and shoving. Fauci smartly skates away there. And so with 8:40 left to go here in the first, it's a defensive zone draw upcoming here for the Raiders. It's Vigliotti at the far dot. He's got Steinfink to his right. It's one over harmlessly to the far point, and then dumped in by the Predators. It's Gosser now, jousting his man, trying to get on the puck. He leaves it at the end boards there. The Predators take over in the near corner, looking to send something into the slot, but Vigliotti, all over his man, gums up that play initially. Puck sent rink wide. Kalimba will pick it up on the fly. Tries to chip it up past the blue line. Predators able to keep. They just flick it right back into the zone. Gosser picks that puck out of the air, drops it to the ice, tries to jam it out of the zone. Instead, the Predators send a rolling puck in, sits right in front of Bricker. He's able to cover, though, with 8:10 left to go. A lot of traffic in the blue paint, but he gets his big mitt on it. Hey, I invented this. It'll be Marchuka now at the far dot, looking to win that faceoff. And Berliner emerges with it momentarily, but the Predators pick it up in the high slot, trying to send a backhand in on net. And instead, find some empty ice in the near corner. Puck sits at the end boards there. Steinfink goes to work on his man. He's got Marchuka in for support. Puck now into the far corner. Two men on top of it as the players try and pick it up off the wall. Unable to do so at first. Comes to Berliner. He works it all the way up to the far point. Predators keep the zone, though. Looking for a one-timer in the slot. That shot goes wide. 7:40 left to go here in the first period as the Predators have it at the near point. Comes to the stick of Marchuka, who's able to break that out of the zone, but without possession. Berliner now all over his man in the offensive end. Predators have possession behind their net here. They work it around to the strong side. Puck comes up to Fauci. He's able to keep the zone momentarily, and then the puck chipped up through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Koslewski back for cover. And Fauci all over his man again. Predators look to turn and fire. They curl into the slot. Can't pull the trigger, though. Too many Raiders sticks in the way. Marchuka with a nifty little pass finds Samosi in the neutral zone and then tries to get the return pass from Samosi into the offensive end. Raiders now all over their men in the offensive end, but the Predators will emerge with it through the neutral zone and now into the offensive zone. Predators there. Try and send a shot in on net. Blocked aside there by Bricker and a Raiders stick. Marchuka tries to take over in the far corner. Fauci all over his man at the end boards. Predators will curl all the way over to the near side now, looking for some open ice in which to send the puck. It's Fauci on it in the far corner. Works it up to the far point. Shot comes in, goes well wide of the cage. Koslewski will now turn and try and pick up the puck there. Predators there first. They're at the end boards again, looking for a pass into the slot. The Raiders so far have covered that pass well, and they're able to get the puck out of the defensive zone momentarily. Predators recoil. They dump right back in. Puck goes to the end boards. Bricker picks that puck up, settles it down behind the cage for his defenseman, and the Raiders look to emerge again from their zone with it. Instead, the Predators able to keep that puck in the zone. Only momentarily, though. The puck sits at the offensive blue line for the Predators. They'll break back in here with 6:05 left to go, just a moment too soon. It's a Predators offside, and so we'll have a face-off coming just outside the Raiders' defensive zone, just over halfway through the first period. Well, face-off won there by the Predators. They dump in from the neutral zone, and Gossler and Steinfinkel turn to retrieve that. Gossler on the puck, tries to work it over to the strong side, to the stick of Vigliotti, and it's jammed farther by the Raiders. Not out just yet. It's at the far point. Shot comes in, hits a few bodies, goes wide there. Just over 5.5 minutes to play here in the first. Gossler picks it up again, racks it around the boards. Vigliotti shepherds it farther, and now the Predators will have to pick it up in their own zone. No arm raised for icing, and we play on. Vigliotti all over his man in the far corner here. As his helmet comes off, we should get a whistle. We do, so with 5:30 left to play here in the first, it gives us time to remind you you're watching this game on Midnight Sports. Double the graphics, double the corniness. Midnight Sports. Offensive zone faceoff here. Marchuka at the far dot. Predators getting their equipment set here. Just buckling that chin strap on the far half wall. Marchuka works that puck over toward Berliner. Gets handcuffed by the Predators man, and Marchuka takes over. He feathers one in. Samosi kicks that just wide, looking for a stick and a deflection in. It's Berliner now on the puck. Waiting, watching, sends that up to the far point. It's Steinfink who works it in deeper with no shooting lane. So Berliner takes over. Puck comes and splits the defenders, though. And Gossler will have to retrieve that in the neutral zone. Just over 5 minutes left to go here in the first period. As the Raiders work that up through the neutral zone, they find a Predator stick, but get it in the offensive zone without possession. Berliner able to jam up any zone exit. It's Marchuka now coming in, trying to send something into the slot. Bouncing puck, rolls into the slot. It's there first from the Predators, and it looks like we have a hand pass call. Presumably that would be on the Raiders if they were in the offensive end, as hand passes allowed in the defensive zone. So we'll see just what the call here is. They're getting, the Predators coaches getting an explanation at their bench as to why there's a hand pass call. And so, after some discussion at the Predators bench, this faceoff is going to come outside the Predators defensive zone. Looks like the coaches there were right. And so this faceoff just outside the Raiders offensive zone. Marchuka tries to win that forward, and Samosi emerges with it in the neutral zone. The Predators take over. They dump in once they gain the line. Bricker out of his net, able to slow that puck enough for Fauci to get to it first instead of a Predators man. And now it's Berliner going to work at the far half wall. He leaves it there for Marchuka. Marchuka able to break that puck out of the zone, and Samosi, like a bullet after the puck here, tries to get there first. Predators barely beat him to it, but he's able to force a tough pass, and the puck does stay in the zone. Samosi now on the puck at the end boards. It's Berliner connecting with Samosi here, who tries to return the pass over toward Marchuka. Predators send that to the far half wall, but not past Koslewski, who's able to dump that in deeper for Marchuka. Marchuka looking in front. That puck bounces, hits a pad there. And after a little jousting in front, with 4:09 left to go in the first, it's a dump that in deeper for Marchuka. Marchuka looking in front. That puck bounces, hits a pad there. Well, this face-off right in front of us here at the near dot in the offensive zone of the Raiders. Finkelstein wins that toward the slot. Predator stick gets there first. Now Gossler will have to track back in his defensive end and jam that out of the zone before a Predators man gets to it. It's Finkelstein now picking up the puck in the neutral zone. He gains the offensive zone. He dumps it in. He's got Meyerowicz on the near side of the ice on the forecheck there. Predators able to break that out, though, through the middle of the ice. Now they're in the neutral zone. They're in toward Bricker. They shoot. They score. Oh, it was a mini break, and that's a Predators goal with 3:44 left to go here in the first. It's Palisades Predators 1, New York City Raiders 0. Well, ensuing faceoff, one there by the Raiders. They try and set it in the offensive zone. It's stopped by the Predators, and now the Predators will look to break out. Finkelstein able to dump right back into the offensive zone. He's trying to track the puck in the far corner as the Predators take over at the end boards. Predators working that puck up and out of the zone. The Raiders will have to turn to pick that up. Instead, it's the Predators through the slot. Shot comes in. It's stopped there by Bricker. Wonderful save by him. He was screened on that slot shot, but he was able to make the stop, and now it's Meyerowicz trying to work his man over the other way. Predators take over in the neutral zone. They try and dump in again. Can't get it past Koslewski, who sends it right back the other way. But that'll be an icing on the Raiders, and time to remind you, you're watching Midnight Sports. Give us listening to the punchlines of my jokes. It's a decision you won't regret. Well, it's going to be a defensive zone draw here for the Raiders, who are down a goal. 3:03 left in the first period. Plenty of time to get it back for them. It's Marchuka at the far dot, looking to win that puck. Predators come away with it. They send a shot in. Hits a body, though, and Samosi emerges in the neutral zone with the puck. He's got Berliner coming through the ice. Berliner has that puck roll off his backhand just at the last second, so Samosi will try and pick it up here. Throw it into the slot. Marchuka able to cut that down. Oh, he just misses the far post on that shot after a stick got in his way. It's Berliner now on the puck, trying to work that down deeper for Marchuka. He's able to come up the zone exit is Berliner, and then find Marchuka, who looks for Samosi, who's rubbed off the puck just at the last second. Raiders able to keep the zone, though, as Steinfink dumps it down toward Marchuka. Marchuka on the puck, looking into the slot again. Couldn't get enough on that pass as the puck rolled on him to get it into the slot. But the Raiders do earn themselves an icing here with 2:20 left to go in the first period. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for them. Well, offensive zone draw for the Raiders. Predators emerge with it, not out of the zone just yet. Kalemba turns in the slot, trying to get that over toward Meyerowicz to get a shot on goal. Instead, hits a Predator skate, and now the Predators do emerge. They send that all the way through the neutral zone. Icing waved here, and the Predators will get to this puck first at the end boards in the offensive zone. They'll cycle it there behind Bricker's net. Now the Predators trying to work that again toward the end boards, but Steinfink gets in the way of that pass initially and gums up the play. Raiders now buzzing behind their own net, trying to get that puck out. Instead, it's the Predators turning, curling, and shooting, but it's Jason Bricker with a glove getting in the way. So with 1:47 left to go here in the first period, it's a defensive zone draw upcoming for the Raiders. Well, this is Marchuka now at the far dot. Puck sits in the skates of the linesman, and then it's racked around over toward Fauci. Fauci now on the puck there, trying to work the backhand up to the forehand. All the way out of the zone. He does. Berliner then leaves it for Marchuka. Marchuka streaking in, gets the puck back, and leaves it for Samosi. Samosi works it farther toward Marchuka. Puck right here in the near corner. In front of the camera, worked over toward Marchuka. Marchuka looking for a streaking Berliner. Can't quite get the puck through to him. Now it comes in. It's jammed there against the goalie's pad. Berliner trying to work over the right leg pad of the netminder of the Palisades. But the goalie stays strong. And so with 1:17 left to go here in the first, it's an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Raiders. Well, it's Marchuka at the far dot. He's got Samosi and Berliner out there with him. Predators throw that into the slot off a weird carom, but they are able to escape the zone so far as Steinfink. Steinfink looks for Gosser on a point-to-point pass. Instead, splits the streaking Palisades forwards, gets the puck out of the zone, and now the Palisades will go point-to-point at their own blue line and then work that up through the neutral zone. It's the Palisades turning, curling. It's a one-on-one developing, but Steinfink does a wonderful job of getting in the way of his man and cutting out the threat, at least initially. Now it's the Predators in the low slot. They try and go up and over. They hit the crossbar there. 45 seconds left to go. We play on as the puck comes up to the near point. Not out just yet. Palisades now buzzing in the slot. Bricker with another wonderful save there on that slot shot, but the rebound tucked in. Oh, it looked like that pad was on top of the puck, but the Palisades Predators played on, and they put that puck in with 34.1 seconds left to go here in the first. Well, puck drop, one there forward by Vigliotti. He's got the puck in the offensive zone, looks to load up on the forehand, and then sends that puck up and over the net. Kalemba will give chase with just 25 seconds left to go in the opening frame here as the puck comes all the way across the rink, and the Predators look to emerge with it. Instead, it gets stuck in a skate Meyerowicz all over his man. Kalemba looking for Meyerowicz. That pass sails just wide, though, with 12 seconds left. It looks like the Predators are going to be able to break out of the zone, but only so far as Jake Meyerowicz keeps the zone momentarily, then runs into some skates, and it's the Predators coming the other way. 3 seconds now, 2, and that should do it for the first period. After 1, it's the Palisades Predators 2, the New York City Raiders nothing. Stick around. We'll put 15 minutes on the board, do it all over again in the second period, right after these messages from our sponsors. Today's game on Midnight Sports is brought to you by Find My Phone apps. Hockey fans, you've misplaced your phone, your watch, or maybe even your kid, but worry not. It's a Find My Phone app to the rescue. Before the apps, how did we ever manage? Surely we went through 2 to 5 phones a week, right? And what did we do? Just wait for our kids to show up somewhere without knowing their location all the way down to a 50-meter radius? Surely it's better to know everything all the time, right? It's Find My Phone apps. I don't see how any of this could go wrong. Well, puck dropped here to start period 2. Period of the long change as the Raiders try and work that puck in the offensive zone. Sits there momentarily. They'll have to reset, though, at the offensive blue line. Predators emerge with it. Now they're in the offensive zone of the Predators. Can't handle the pass initially, and Koslevsky will fire in on his man in the far corner. Puck's going to roll in here on Bricker, and he's able to just put his mitt on it. 22 seconds into this middle frame. It's Predators 2, Raiders nothing, and a defensive zone draw upcoming for those New York City Raiders. Marchuka now at the far dot. He's got Steinfink to his right. Wins that faceoff toward the slot. Gossler will pick up in the far corner and try and backhand that up and out of the zone. Gets to the far half wall. Puck hits a body in front, though, and goes well wide. Meyerowicz racks that around the boards, and Berliner looks to pick it up in the far corner. Predators there, and trying to settle that puck down to get a shot in on goal. Marchuka all over his man, forces an early pass. Gossler now on the rolling puck, tries to send it farther, but can't quite settle the bouncing puck down until it comes off him, and now it's a 2-on-1 developing. It's Meyerowicz and Marchuka into the offensive zone. Meyerowicz found there, he shoots, he scores! That's a Raiders goal! Oh, a wonderful pass by Luke Marchuka, and a great shot by Jake Meyerowicz. Sees the Raiders cut this lead in half. It's Predators 2, Raiders 1. Ensuing face-off there. The Raiders will take over at the blue line. And the puck now will come down into the Raiders zone. It's the Raiders on the puck. They'll try and move that out of the zone. It's Kalemba now, working past his own blue line into the neutral zone. He gains the line. He dumps it on in. It's Kalemba still trying to pick up the puck that he sent into the zone. He does. He gets there first. Tight angle shot comes in, and the Raiders, oh my, they scored immediately there. Oh, some heady. It's Raiders 2, Predators 2. Puck now comes into the defensive end for the Raiders. Bricker shuts down that shot. Oh, that could have been backbreaking for the Raiders. Bricker stands tall, though, on that immediate follow-up shot by the Predators after the Raiders had tied the game. Raiders able to get that puck out of their zone. Puck comes up toward Finkelstein, and he works it farther into the offensive end. And the puck now rolls all the way in to the end boards, and it's Gosler on the puck. Tries to work that puck farther at the far half wall. Puck sits at the defensive blue line for the Raiders, dumped in by the Predators. Puck now racked around, and it's Kalemba on the puck, and he gets that up and out of the zone into the neutral zone, dumped right back in by the Predators. Steinfink now chops that out of the air. 12:47 left to go here in the second as Steinfink works it up toward Kalemba. Not out of the zone just yet. Predators trying to keep it there. Gosser able to wipe his man out of the play, but it's going to be a penalty on him, it looks like. Late call, but a call coming nonetheless. It'll be roughing at 12:37 left to go in the second. Score tied 2-2. Raiders about to be down a man. Well, defensive zone draw coming up here for the Raiders. It'll be Steinfink, Meyerowicz, Marchuka, and Kushlevsky out as the penalty killers. Predators trying to win that forward. They do. Puck rolls to the end boards, and then it's chipped right here to the near corner. Marchuka gets that puck out of the zone. Icing waved. Must have deflected off a Predator's stick. And so for the next minute and 47 seconds, the Raiders will hope to kill off this power play as the Predators set up the man advantage all the way back in their end. They throw that up to the offensive blue line, connect, but just a little too hot to handle for the team from the Palisades, and so they'll have to recoil in the neutral zone. Puck dumped into the offensive zone. Kushlevsky finds it, turns, and then finds a streaking Marchuka through the neutral zone. It's Marchuka. Breaks into the offensive zone just a bit offside, though, are the Raiders. So with 12:03 left to go here in the second, 1:26 left to go on the man advantage for the Predators. We'll have a face-off coming just outside the Raiders' offensive zone. It's Fauci, Kushlevsky, Samosi, and Berliner now out as the penalty killers. Kushlevsky dumps that into the offensive zone. Predators take over. Fauci able to cut out that play initially and then work his man wide. But he gets a stick caught under the skates of the Predators man and then takes a hit for his trouble. And the Raiders are about to be down 2 men right now with 11:49 left to go in the second period. And it'll be a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 12 seconds as the Raiders will be going to the box. Well, looks like maybe the Raiders dodged one here as the Predators man going to the box as well. Well, no empty net for the Predators there. We were just testing all our loyal Midnight Sports viewers at home to see if your eyes were as sharp as ours, or maybe even sharper as the case may be. It's Berliner at the near dot as we play on at 5-on-4 with those coincidental minors at the end of the last play. It's Kushlevsky right in front of the camera well here, trying to work that puck up and out of the zone. The Predators instead dump it deeper. Now Marchuka will fire in from the net front, reverse over to the near corner. The Predators again look to pick up the puck there. Berliner all over his man. Pass into the slot. 2 Predators there. Just a little too hot to handle as Samosi's able to guide that to the far corner. Shot comes in, blockered up and over by Bricker, and now Marchuka fires on the puck. Predators able to keep the zone, and they think about going point to point, but instead an aggressive forecheck sees them rack it all the way in, and now to the near point. Predators shot comes in, hits Bricker in the shoulder. He's down hurt. Oh no. And we'll pause here as the whistle goes immediately. Well, the coaching staff for the Raiders out to check on Bricker here Of course, everyone at Midnight Sports and everyone in the arena just hopes he is okay and able to get up quickly as that puck went off his shoulder as it was lasered in from the near point. Well, still on a delay here is what's most important, of course, is player safety. Bricker checked out by the officials, and now a couple of Raiders coaches here to make sure he is okay to continue. He is up on his knees, discussing things with the coaches, looking over his helmet equipment as that puck did come up high on him. But you've got to say, what a tough guy out there, all ready to be up. And he gets a stick tap from every single player in the arena here after taking that shot high, discussing with the coaches as to whether he's able to continue on here. Looks like he's given the coaches a nod that he is going to play on. And credit to him for making the save and hopping up, having that discussion with the coaches. They're satisfied that he is okay to continue. And, of course, competitor that he is, he's always going to want to continue. So we'll play on here. It's going to be a defensive zone draw after that save by Bricker, as he just examines that equipment one last time to make sure everything's where it needs to be. So it's Berliner now at the near dot. He's got Koslewski to his left, Samosi and Marchuka to his right. Still another 27 seconds on the power play here for the Predators, who test Bricker immediately, and he's equal to the task with that left leg pad. Shot comes in, it's deflected wide by Koslewski, and now the Predators trying to throw that into the slot. Koslewski gets there first, though, and works it up to the near half wall. Berliner on the puck there, tries to jam it around his man. Koslewski does the rest, sends that out of the zone. He finds Samosi streaking through the neutral zone. It could be a 2-on-1 here as he looks for Marchuka. Marchuka tries to return the pass there. It hits a skate. The Predators come right back the other way. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as the Predators break into the offensive end. They send a shot wide of the cage on the backhand to the Predators, but they pick it up in the near corner. Puck comes to the back of the cage. Marchuka will pick it up and try and streak through the slot with speed. He does. Now he curls again as there were two Predators in the way, and no teammate he could pass to. Now the puck does find Samosi on a good Marchuka pass, and Samosi able to dump in. Luke Marchuka bought some extra time there in the defensive end, was able to thread a pass up to Samosi, who was able to jam that into the offensive zone so the Raiders could get the right line personnel out there. It's Vigliotti now at his own blue line. He finds Samosi. Samosi curls with the puck. It's Samosi at center ice, works that a little bit deeper, and now it finds a Predator stick. The Predators break into the offensive zone, but without possession. They dump in. Puck comes all the way over to the near corner. Two Predators collide there. Able to keep possession, though, in the near corner are the Predators, looking for a pass to the slot. Koslewski gets in the way again and finds Vigliotti streaking through the neutral zone. Vigliotti gains the line, dumps in, and then gives chase. A lot of speed from Lorenzo Vigliotti today with 9:30 left to go here in the second period. Puck comes all the way out to the neutral zone as the Predators able to get that puck out of the zone momentarily. Steinfink finds Vigliotti, who tries to dump in, hits a body, but Finkelstein able to dump in after him. Unfortunately for the Raiders, they were offside with 9:21 left to go here in the second. It'll be an offensive, draw just outside the offensive zone, that is, for the Raiders in this middle frame. Well, the officials discussing which dot they're going to drop this puck at just outside the offensive blue line for the Raiders. They decide it's the far dot. Puck comes back to Steinfink, who does dump in. Now Vigliotti fires in, try and take the puck from his man. Predators there first. They rack it around the boards to the weak side. Goss are able to keep the zone momentarily, and now the Predators do fire it out on a diagonal. Steinfink expertly gets his stick in the way there, and then again to jam up the pass to the slot. And the Raiders find Vigliotti, who tries to dance around his man. He does, and keeps the puck in the zone. Sends a shot in, glove down there by the Predators, but it looks like we should have a penalty on the Predators as they upended Vigliotti on the play. So with 8:55 left to go in the middle frame, The Raiders going to the power play for the first time today. Well, near dot faceoff for the Raiders. They've got Samosi, Marchuka, Berliner, Gosler, and Meyerowicz out as the first power play unit. Puck comes up to Gosler at the near point, tries to find a shooting lane. Can't quite get that shooting lane, and it hits a body in front, and the Predators break that out of the zone. Then they dump it into the offensive zone to the Predators. Gosler fires in to take the puck from his man at the end boards. Predators all over him. Marchuka for support, though, picks up that puck and finds Samosi in the defensive slot. It's now Samosi through the neutral zone. He's able to guide that puck into the offensive zone. He dumps and gives chase. Samosi on the puck at the end board, shovels that around toward Berliner. Berliner returns the pass over to him, and now it's Meyerowicz trying to find that puck before a Predator stick does. Predators look like they're going to be able to break out of the zone here. They do. It's Marchuka getting back into the defensive zone, trying to turn his man there. Shot comes in from the slot. Bricker stands tall again. He gets down low on that shot, and the Raiders will come right back the other way with 8:07 left to play here in the second period. It's Samosi looking for, it's Berliner looking for Meyerowicz. Shot comes in, goes high over the cage now, and the Predators will pick it up in the near corner. Marchuka able to keep the zone on the power play here as the Raiders try and set up shop. It's Samosi looking for a streaking Meyerowicz there. Can't bat it out of the air, so Gosler picks it up. He curls. It's Gosler on the wrist. Oh, it's a nice shot and even better save by Palisades there. And that rolling puck comes in on the Predators goaltender, and we'll have a stoppage here after that freeze with 7:39 left to go in the second. Still 44 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Raiders. It'll be Finkelstein, Koslevsky, Fauci, Kalemba, and Vigliotti out there as the power play unit. Vigliotti takes over the puck. He sends a tight angle shot in off the side of the cage, and the Predators will curl with it, try and get it out of the zone. Finkelstein gets in the way there. Vigliotti fires into the end boards, try and pick up the puck, and the Predators able to thread that up to the blue line. Not out just quite yet. Now it is on the second try. The Predators now gain the offensive zone. Down a man, the Predators trying to send something in on Bricker. Instead, that puck comes up to the blue line, and the Predators just happy to kill off the last 13 seconds of the penalty kill here in the Raiders zone. Koslevsky takes a heavy hit there at the end boards. Vigliotti now in for support. Picks up that puck, tries to work it back up to Koslevsky. Koslevsky looks, turns, sends that puck up out of the zone. No, it's kept in at the blue line, according to the linesman, and so Fauci now go to retrieve. It's Fauci behind his own net, on the puck there, looking for a teammate. Instead, reverses behind his own net as there was no passing lane available. Puck comes over to Vigliotti, who tries to reverse again. And now it is Koslevsky trying to work that puck up and out of the zone. Instead, the linesman in the way there, and so the puck stays in for the Predators. Shot comes in, gloved there by Bricker with 6:31 left to go in the second. It's straight twos across the board. Raiders 2, Palisades 2, period 2. Steinfink and Gosler as the defensive pair. Berliner tries to win that forward. Predators come away with it in the slot there, but can't get a shot in on goal, and then they do. Oh, the big left pad of Jason Bricker stops that from seeing the back of the net. Predators try a tight angle shot, sticked up by Bricker, and Meyerowicz now guides that farther towards Samosi, near the blue line, just not out yet. A lot of Raiders around the puck, can't quite get their sticks on it. Predators are right back, and oh, Bricker with a wonderful save there, as they were in all alone on him after the failed clearance. Predators dump that right back in. 6 minutes even left to go here in the second. Bricker settles down the puck for Gosler. Gosler turns around his man and is able to pass that puck up and out of the zone, looking for a streaking Meyerowicz. Instead, it comes to Samosi, who breaks in the offensive end. Samosi gets that puck deeper, and now it's sent around the boards and sits at the end boards momentarily until Berliner picks it up. Pass comes into the slot. It's Steinfink on the puck now, on the forehand, looking for a deflection up and in. Instead, it goes wide of the cage after a nice save by the Palisades goaltender. One-timer comes in, shot comes in, goes up and over. Oh my, the Raiders that close to taking the lead in this game. Now the puck sits at the near half wall. Sits there still. The Predators trying to get that puck out of the zone. Samosi guides it farther to the near point. Puck sits there in some skates. It's Berliner and Gosler all over the puck there. Puck does come back to a Predator's stick, though, and they're able to send that up and out of the zone. It should cross the end line. It does. So with 5:08 to go here in the second period, it's going to be an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Raiders. Well, Vigliotti, Finkelstein, Kalemba as the forwards, Koslewski and Fauci as the defensive pair. Face off one forward, rolls to the end boards. Predators look to break out here. Puck sits at the blue line. Predators can't quite get it out of the zone, and rolling puck finds Finkelstein. Now Finkelstein on the puck and tries to work that down deeper. Kalemba upended there. He's going to draw a penalty on this play, touched up by the Predators. So with 4:50 left to go here in the second period, Predators back to the box, Raiders back to the man advantage. Well, Finkelstein, Kalemba, Vigliotti out there as the three power play forwards, Koslewski and Fauci as the defenders. Puck one forward by Finkelstein. Predators take over and try and send that up and out of the zone. It's at the far half wall. Predators are able to pass that out of the zone, only so far as Fauci, who gets the return pass from Vigliotti as the Raiders forwards were clearing. Puck comes up to the red line. Koslewski leaves it there for Kalemba, who works that puck in deeper. Predators take over in their own zone. Predators able to escape and get through the neutral zone and now into the offensive zone. Fauci on his man, trying to gum up any pass to the slot. He does. Takes a strange carom off the end boards, but it comes to Finkelstein, who leaves it for Vigliotti. Vigliotti looks up ice, finds Koslewski there, tries to guide it farther. Comes to a Predator stick, though, and they dump it right back in. 4:13 left to go here in the second period as the Predators get to that puck and try and come out into the slot. Rolling puck, doesn't find anyone, though, and Fauci picks up his stick, and then the puck tries to jam it farther. Comes to the near corner. Fauci all over it there. 1:10 left to go on the Raiders' power play as Fauci guided deeper into his zone by the Predators' man, so Vigliotti will pick it up on the other side. Rolls to a Predator stick at the near half wall, and then it's guided out by Koslewski. It's Samosi on the ice now for the power play. And the puck comes right back into the Raiders zone, though. Shot comes in, goes well wide of the cage, as the Raiders will look to pick up this zone in their, the puck in their defensive zone. It's guided out to the neutral zone by the by the Raiders. And the Predators take over. It's the Predators firing into the offensive zone here as the Raiders all over there, man. With 36 seconds left to go on the power play. Samosi able to get that puck up toward Koslewski. Meyerowicz awaits on the left wing. Koslewski trying to work that puck farther and deeper into the zone. Predators able to cut out the threat, and the Raiders will have to cycle again in the neutral zone. But now they're in. The Predators are on Bricker. They try and go around them. They go up and over there. That's a Predators goal with 3:10 left to go in the second. The Predators score one on a shorty breakaway. It's Predators 3, Raiders 2. Well, ensuing faceoff sees Berliner win that back toward Marchuka. Still 17 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the Raiders here as Marchuka works it up toward Gossler. Gossler dumps that puck into the offensive zone. He finds Berliner, sends a backhander on net, tries to pick up his rebound, gets tripped up there. No arm raised. We play on as the Predators take over in their own zone. Just 3 seconds left to go on the power play for the Raiders. Puck comes up to Gossler in the neutral zone. Gossler breaks into the offensive zone, just a touch offside, though. So we're back to 5-on-5 skating with 2:47 left to go in the second period. It'll be Marchuka just outside the offensive zone. Wins that back towards Samosi, who guides it farther to Gossler, and then a bunch of sticks get in the way. The puck sits in the neutral zone. No one with clear possession just yet. Predators do eventually dump it into the offensive end. Steinfink watches his man wide. Now his man all the way to the end boards. Tries to curl around the net, looking for a slot pass. Steinfink still all over his man, stuck to him like glue. Predators emerge now in the nearer circle, trying to work that up to the near point. They do. Berliner, though, on them, trying to jam that out of the zone. Rolling puck comes to the near circle. It's passed over to the far side. Bricker able to shut that down, and then Steinfink with a wonderful stick eliminates any follow-up as the Predators keep the zone. Rolling puck comes to Steinfink there. He's able to stop that shot from getting through. Predators take over in the near corner. They send a tight angle shot. They miss the cage, and Samosi will look to pick it up at the far half wall. Samosi, his man, and the puck all come together at the same time. The rolling puck eventually finds a Predator's stick again at the far half wall. They'll curl with it there and try and dance around, send it into the slot. Predators trying to get a shot in on goal. Too hot to handle that pass, though, at the side of the cage. Puck rolls into the slot there, but the net is off the post as that shot came in, so no goal, and we'll wait for a face-off here with 1:46 left to play in the second. Predators 3, Raiders 2. Well, 106 seconds left to go in this second period. Offensive zone draw for the Predators. They try and work in on Bricker. Can't get a shot on goal as Kalemba tries to guide it farther. Fauci stick lifts his man, and Kalemba able to backhand that up off the dasher, but a nice zone keep there by the Predators. Sees that puck jammed in on the second try after Kalemba got in the way of the first one. Predators take over in the near corner here. They work that deeper. Schlefsky in the way. Takes a hit to pass that up all the way to the near point. Predators trying to keep the puck in the zone. Instead, Vigliotti, after some good work by Finkelstein, will take the puck all the way into the offensive zone. Tries to get it deep there. Finkelstein will swipe that in. 1:12 left to go here in the second period as Finkelstein tries to keep the zone. Vigliotti in for support. Sends a tight angle shot that's guided wide by the Predators netminder. It's Fauci trying to keep the zone. Puck hops over his stick, and now the Predators break into the offensive zone with it. Fauci on the back check, able to force a low shot that Bricker had no trouble dealing with, so it'll be Koslevsky trying to pick up that puck and move it out of the zone. He finds Vigliotti. 50 seconds left to go here in the middle frame as Vigliotti gains the offensive zone, looks to load up on the forehand, instead dumps that deep after the bench told him that the Raiders needed a change. Predators will take over at the end wall. 37 seconds left to go now as the Predators look to break out of their zone. It's Meyerowicz all over his man. Leaves that puck there for Kalemba, who tries to get it deeper, hits the linesman, and the Predators will emerge from their own zone with it through the neutral zone. They gain the line, they dump it in off the backhand. Predators going to be first to this one as Gosser sees his man at the end boards. Long stick of Gosser gums up any pass to the middle just yet. It's Marchuka now on the puck, looking to send that puck up and out of the zone. Berliner comes in for support. Puck not out of the zone just yet. 11 seconds left to go. Predators look to come in. Instead, guided wide by Steinfink. Steinfink will take over in the near corner. Try and use the glass to get that puck up and out of the zone. Just 3 seconds now, too. That should do it for the second period. So after 2, here in West Nyack, New York, it's the Palisade Predators 3, the New York City Raiders 2. Stick around. We're going to put 15 minutes on the board and do it one last time here from the mall right after this. Well, puck drop for period 3. One forward now by the Raiders. Marchuka trying to forward that pass into the offensive zone. And he does. He finds Berliner looking at the far half wall. Nobody home there. Predators unable to get that puck out on the first try, though, in their defensive end. They send it to the weak side. Still not out, as the puck does eventually cross the blue line. 22 seconds into this one. Final frame. The Predators take over in the offensive end. They curl behind Bricker, looking up to the far point. And they're able to keep the zone momentarily, but Berliner first to the puck, able to break that out of the zone. Then he looks over toward Marchuka, gets the skates, and Meyerowicz, it looks like, goes to work to try and separate his man from the puck. Instead, the Predators dump right back in as the Raiders will look to break out of their zone again. Puck comes over toward Gosser, out of his reach, though, and we're going to have a stoppage in play. Looks like we're going to get a cross-checking call. We'll see who it's on as the Predators look to be taking that long skate over to the opposite side of the rink and the penalty box. So with 14:08 left to go here in the final period, Predators up a goal, down a man, as it's going to be an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Raiders. It'll be Finkelstein, Meyerowicz, Berliner, Marchuka, and Gosler as the power play unit. Berliner at the dot here, wins that back toward his defenseman in Marchuka. It's Marchuka over for Gosler. Gosler with the shot in, blockered aside by the Palisades goalie. Nice save there and screened traffic. It's Berliner, picks it up, works it over toward Finkelstein. Finkelstein returns the pass to Berliner. Berliner on the puck now, trying to work that to net front. Instead, has to go to the far half wall. Nice keep there by Gosler, who pinches in, and it's Gosler, sends a laser shot just wide of the cage. It's going to roll all the way to the near point, but kept there by Marchuka, and it's Finkelstein working that puck in deeper. Berliner now all over his man as the puck sits there in the near corner. Finkelstein emerges with it, comes to the net front. Now it comes up to Gosler. Gosler, look out, he goes top shelf and scores. Silas Gosler with a laser shot into the top right corner of the net. And just like that, the Raiders have tied this game up on the power play. 13:28 left to go in this final period. Raiders 3, Predators 3. Ensuing faceoff, one there by the Predators as the puck comes through the neutral zone and right back to the Predators' blue line as they look to set up a play. Puck sits in the Predators' defensive zone. They're able to work that puck up into the offensive zone, but without possession, and Samosi picks it up behind his net. He stops, reverses to himself there, tries to find Kalemba. Instead, the Predators intercept that pass, and now they look to work something into the slot. Trying to set up a slapper. They do. Oh, a diving Vigliotti blocks that shot. A brave move by him, and he earns a cheer from the Raiders bench. Puck sits at the end wall as Vigliotti tries to work that puck up and out of the zone. He's all over his man, but the Predators emerge with it. That pass too hot to handle at the offensive blue line for the Predators. They'll have to reset in the neutral zone. Samosi picks off that pass in the neutral zone, gains the offensive zone, can't get that puck in quite as deep as he wanted to, and the Predators emerge and come right back the other way. Fauci now turning with the puck at the far half wall. He sends his man outside, and Kalemba will pick up that puck and try and dump that puck out of the zone. Hits a body in front, though. The Predators able to keep the zone. Now send a wrister in. Bricker's able to just gobble that up. And so with 12:19 left to go here in the third period, it's going to be a defensive zone draw upcoming for the Raiders. Now it's Marchuka at the far dot, trying to win that over toward Gosler. Instead, takes it himself. Is able to pass that up and out of the zone and hit a Predator's body, but the rolling puck comes to Berliner, tries to keep the zone there. It comes just off his stick at the last second. The Predators come right back the other way through the neutral zone. Jammed farther by Steinfink in the neutral zone, and now Berliner emerges with it. Sends that up toward Meyerowicz. Hacked off his stick. Predators try and come the other way. A lot of bodies in the neutral zone now, as the team's trying to get that puck deep, and they keep being stood up at each other's blue lines. Predators do eventually get that deep into the end boards, and it's guided farther by Steinfink, and then Berliner chips it around his man. Marchuka with speed through the neutral zone in the offensive end, sends a shot high. It's gloved there nicely by the Palisades Predators goaltender. And so with 11:40, we'll have another stoppage in play here in the third period. Marchuka here at the near dot. Wins that faceoff on a shot. Now 11:35 left to go here in the third period. Arm raised for icing. Let's see if this makes it to the end line. It does. Ooh, a nice call there for the Raiders as that puck barely creeped across the end line. Fauci did a good job shielding his man off from touching it. And with 11:29 left to go here in the third, it's another offensive zone draw upcoming for the Raiders. It'll be Finkelstein at the far dot. He wins that forward. Vigliotti all over his man to fire forward on it. Puck sits at the far half wall. Predators look to break out. They can't get past Finkelstein and Vigliotti as the puck stays in the offensive end for the Raiders, at least momentarily. Predators look to set up a weak zone play. They do. Puck comes off Gosler's stick. Steinfinkel turn to try and pick up the puck at his end boards. Comes into the slot. Bricker sticks that farther. Puck rolls there. Bricker able to shut down that initial shot. And now Gosler on the puck works that up off the boards. Not out of the zone just yet. Samosi in for support now. He's got Finkelstein over there with him. Gosler joins the party. It's 6 skaters over there all hacking away for the puck as it sits in someone's skates. Puck still there, being told to move it by the officials as the players lean on each other, and we do finally get a whistle with 10:48 left to go here in the final frame. It's going to be a face-off upcoming. Well, still 5-on-5 hockey out there. Defensive zone draw for Finkelstein upcoming. That puck was essentially frozen between two players' skates, hence the whistle. But we'll play on now as a glove on the ice just sits momentarily until it's picked up by one of the skaters. Puck still in the Raiders' end. Can't quite get that out of the zone as Palisades dumps it in deeper. Samosi now in for support, trying to guide that past the near point. Predators will just send that high into the zone. Puck sits in the slot there as the Raiders still can't quite get purchase on this puck to get it out of the zone. The Predators will curl with it, looking for that slot pass. Doesn't connect at first, but the Predators do keep possession. Raiders unable to get that out of the zone. Shot comes in, hits a body, goes high of the cage, and now Samosi tries to stick it past his man. Gosser jams it up towards Samosi. Vigliotti streaking ahead. Raiders can't quite work the puck to him as the Predators will take over in their own end, but the Raiders do get a line change out of it with 10 minutes even left to go here in the third period. Predators on the puck. They send that point to point without possession. Harassed by Meyerowicz there. And now Fauci will turn to pick up the puck in his own end. It's Fauci at the end boards on the puck. He's got a Predators man all over him, waiting for teammates for support. Schlefsky over there for support. The puck sits in the near corner and eventually picked up by Marchuka. Marchuka on the puck. Breaks out of his own end. He finds Meyerowicz, who curls with the puck in the neutral zone and then gains the offensive zone. He's got Marchuka with him, but it's wiped off his stick just at the last second. Pass comes through the slot over to Fauci. Fauci on the puck. Sends a shot high. Hits a body in front. Doesn't quite get through. The Predators able to break out of the zone. They try and come the other way. They send that pass just a bit too far, and that, with 9:19 left to go here in the third period, it's going to be a Predators icing and a Raiders offensive zone draw. Now it's Marchuka here at the near dot, trying to win that forward, and Berliner sends one in on net. Bouncing puck, saved nicely there by the Predators goaltender. 9:14 left to go here in the third period. Face-off one initially by Marchuka, then sits at the dot. Berliner will take over here and work that up to the near point. Puck dumped in deeper by the Raiders. Marchuka will take over at the far corner, looking in front for Meyerowicz. Meyerowicz, no shooting lane, just has to buy some open ice for himself. Puck now comes all the way over to the near point, dumped deeper by Steinfink. Predators on it there as they can't quite get that puck out of the zone on the initial try, but it does roll to Gosser in the neutral zone. Gosser dances around two men, gains the offensive zone. Look out, wrist shot blocked by a shin pad of the Predators. Ooh, last second intervention there by the men from Palisades, able to keep that shot from coming in on the goaltender. Berliner racks that up over the glass, off the glass, and the Predators look to take over at the far corner. Puck sits at the far half wall. Predators trying to break out. Can't get past Berliner. It's Meyerowicz now curling with the puck. Trying to send something in on net. Gummed up by the Predators there. Gossler pinches in to keep the puck. Meyerowicz all over his man in the far corner. Berliner in for support. Taps it farther. Predators try and reverse that puck, but it comes over to Marchuka, who leaves the puck at the end boards there. As the Predators do eventually find that puck, but can't quite get it out of the zone just yet. It's Marchuka again on the puck. Tenacious out there in the offensive zone, able to keep it. It's Berliner looking into the slot. Oh, the one-timer toward Marchuka, shut down by the Palisades Predators goalie. But it's Gossler keeping the zone again. He finds a streaking Marchuka. Marchuka looking into the slot, comes back to Gossler. Gossler can't get that shot all the way through, hits a body, goes over the cage, and it's Kalemba trying to pick up the puck in the offensive zone. Predators do break that out. They send it all the way down to the other end of the ice. And with 7:30 left to go in the third period, it's a big Raiders push. All they need to do is find the back of the net here. Finkelstein at the dot there. That puck's dropped, bounced over both centermen's sticks. Comes into, oh, it's Finkelstein scoring on the backhand there. That's a Raiders goal. Oh, that puck rolled into the low slot, and Eli Finkelstein made no doubt about it on the backhand, up and over the Predators goaltender. And so with 7:25 left to go here in the third, it's Raiders 4, Predators 3. Now ensuing faceoff, one forward by the Predators. Samosi gathers that and dumps it into the offensive end. It's going to cross the end line, though, so with 7:19 left to go in the third period, that's a Raiders icing. And a Predators offensive zone draw upcoming. Ensuing faceoff, Raiders try and get that puck out of the zone. Instead, it comes up to the Predators at the blue line. Shot comes in. Bricker able to shut the door with the right leg pad there as the Predators try and keep the zone. They do. Puck comes down to Koslevsky. He's got a man all over him. He works him all the way to the end boards. Predators looking for that slot pass. They curl around the net. They get on the forehand. Oh, kicked aside by Bricker with 7 minutes left to go here. Looks like we've got a delayed penalty as the Predators goaltender leaves the ice. Raiders need to touch up. They do. Fauci able to touch up the puck there. And so with 6:52 left to go, Raiders up a goal, about to be down a man. Well, it'll be Koslevsky to the box. Looks like the signal was elbowing. Not sure he agreed with the call. Wondering exactly what had happened there. But the men in stripes determined he had infringed. So to the box for 2 minutes. Shot comes in. Glove down by Gossler and then Bricker. And the Predators try and pick it up at the end boards. They do. 6:38 left to go here as they look for that pass to the slot. Raiders have an umbrella going here to try and keep everything to the outside. Predators go point to point. They send a shot, and it's deflected high and wide of the cage. Predators pick it up again at the far corner. That pass comes just past everyone there. Oh, it's deflected up and in on the shot. Down low, picked up by a Predators stick and finds the back of the net with 6:21 left to go here in the third period. It's a Predators power play goal, and we're all tied up again. Well, ensuing faceoff, it's going to be Marchuka looking to win that forward. Predators emerge with it in the neutral zone, momentarily at least. And we get a quick offside call as the clock stops at 6:16 left to play in this one. It's all tied up, and it's going to be a draw just outside the Raiders' blue line. Marchuka still wins that forward. Predators take over in the neutral zone. Rolling puck nearly comes to Marchuka's stick. Instead, the Predators able to gain the line and dump in with just over 6 minutes to play. Steinfink turns to pick up the puck at the end boards. And the Predators look to work that puck into the slot. They curl there. Shot comes in, hits a body and goes wide. Marchuka now on the puck. Tries to reverse over to Steinfink. Finds a Predator's stick. That rolling puck did. The Predators will take over again in the near corner. They can't evade Marchuka as the puck just sits in the near corner after Marchuka erases his man from the play. Sticked up toward Meyerowicz. Meyerowicz jams it farther up to the near point. Predators send a shot wide of the cage, looking for a deflection in that mid-slot area. Can't find it, and Gosser's able to chip that puck up and out. Now it's Marchuka all the way in the offensive zone. He's got one man to beat. He's sent wide into the end boards, keeps his skates, tries that pass into the slot, and hits a Predators man instead. Some heavy hitting as both teams really want this game now. Just over 5 minutes left to play here in the third period, and the Predators pick up the puck in their own zone. They work it up through the neutral zone. No arm raise. Now it is for icing. 5:15 left to go in this one. Offensive zone draw coming up for the Raiders. It's Vigliotti, Samosi, and Kalemba as the forwards. Sklevsky and Fauci out as the defensive pair on this far dot faceoff in the offensive zone. Predators take over just momentarily. Bouncing puck hops over Samosi's stick in the near corner, and they look to break out to the Predators. Kept in the zone momentarily now by Fauci. Predators have some support. Leaned on by Vigliotti there as the puck rolls off all sticks, and it comes over to the weak side on a Predators stick. Predators work that through the neutral zone, and then they dump it on down in deep. The Raiders will have to turn to pick it up. Samosi gets there first, guides that puck all the way over to the near half wall, and then the Predators will take over and dump it right back in. It's Predators in the near corner. Fauci turns to pick up the puck on the forehand, sends that over toward Kalemba, tries to chip it past his man. His man gets in the way, and the Predators look to send that up to the blue line on a pass. Instead, good stick work by Fauci keeps that pass from coming. The puck's just dumped right back in. It's Sklevsky working that around to the weak side. He finds Kalemba there in the far corner. Predators look to take over again. The Predators on the puck now. Send that up to the far point. Shot incoming, looking for a body in front. It's deflected, chopped out of the air by Vigliotti. And the Raiders able to get that puck up and out of the zone. Predators just dump in as they make a partial change. The Raiders do the same with the puck in their end behind their net. It's reversed by Fauci over toward Vigliotti. Vigliotti on the puck. Tries to work that puck up and out of the zone. Hits a shin guard momentarily. And through Gosser, the Raiders get that puck up and out of the zone. It comes all the way down, though, before they had gained the line. And so an icing on the Raiders sees a defensive zone draw upcoming for them with 3:56 left to go here in the third period. Well, the icing's wiped as there was a penalty called on the Predators there near the end of the play. Didn't see the gesture. A lot of discussion over at the scorer's booth as to what the penalty might have been. But the result's the same for the Raiders in that it's an offensive zone draw upcoming for them now. It's Berliner, Finkelstein, Meyerowicz, Gosler, and Marchuka out as the five skaters for them. Offensive zone draw upcoming. 2 minutes on the board for the penalty to the Predators. 3:56 left to go here in the final frame as we get set. Berliner wins that on the backhand toward Finkelstein, who guides it up to Marchuka. Goes point to point for Gosser. Gosser tries to get that shot off. Predators instead get there first and send it through the neutral zone. Raiders get back in a hurry. Shot comes in, goes up and over the cage on that shorthanded chance by the Predators. Marchuka leaves it at the end boards for the Raiders to try and set up this play. Gummed up by the Predators initially on this aggressive penalty kill by them with just 3:32 left to go in this game. Puck comes up to a Predator skate, sits against the boards there, and the Predators all too happy to let that puck just sit, and more of this penalty to be killed with just 1:25 left to go in the man advantage for the Raiders. Still trying to jam that past are the Raiders. Gosser eventually picks it up, and he finds Marchuka at the far side of the ice. It's the far corner now in the defensive zone for Marchuka, but harassed there by the Predators, and he'll have to recoil with the puck there. He does. He sends that weak side. He finds Berliner with some empty ice in front of him. Berliner breaks in the offensive zone. Tries to send a shot in. Hits a skate, then leaves it for Meyerowicz, but can't pull the trigger as another skate gets in the way. Under 3 minutes left to go as the Predators come right back the other way, and it's sticked aside by Gosser into the near corner. Predators take up the puck at the end wall. Happy to kill more of this penalty in the Raiders offensive zone. Predators pick it up in the slot. Can't get the shot off initially. It's at the far point now. Rister comes in. It's kicked aside by Bricker there. Predators again send something in on Bricker. He's able to kick that one aside with the other leg pad. 2:30 left to go here in the third period. 34 seconds left to go in the power play for the Raiders. It's Marchuka to Gasser, who sends that puck over toward Finkelstein. But the Predators there first. They break through the neutral zone as the linesman wipes out in the offensive zone of the Predators. Looks to be okay, though, back on his feet. We play on here. Just over 2 minutes left to go in the third period. Just 14 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Raiders as the Predators have nearly killed this off. They're in the offensive zone, are the Predators. One-timer comes in. It's deflected up. A wonderful save there by Bricker with 2 minutes even left to go here in the third period. Now 1:58 as the clock ran just a little bit. Some home cooking there for the Predators, and it's hard to blame them. 3 seconds left to go on the penalty kill for them. Well, Vigliotti over the defensive dot on the far side here. Scott Kachlewski, Fauci, Kalemba out there with him, as well as Samosi. Samosi fires in on that. That shot goes wide of the cage by the Predators. Nearly snuck one home there. Raiders looking to break out of their zone. Kachlewski activates, gets the puck at the end wall, and looks to work that puck up and out of the zone. Hits a skate. The Predators now trying to harass Fauci off the puck at the end wall. Fauci reverses over toward Vigliotti, who returns the pass over toward Fauci, but he hits a Predator's body, and the puck sits at the end boards. 93 seconds left to go in this one as Kalemba fires in, tries to pick up the puck and get it out of the zone. It's Fauci over for support. Puck comes into the near point, but we get a quick whistle as a Predators player is down behind the Raiders net. Hard to spot there, but an injury timeout here with 1:26 left to go in the third period. Well, we'll wait and see here as the Predators coaches go out on the ice to check on their player. And as with when Bricker was down, certainly everyone here in the rink just hoping that the Predators player is okay as he is checked on behind the Raiders net. Well, as we await this injury timeout, you can get your reset here. This has been a back and forth game if you're just tuning in. Predators took an early 2-goal lead. Raiders stormed back with 2 quick goals to open the second and even opened up a lead at 4-3 until a Predators power play goal on a deflection tied this one up in the third. So 86 seconds left to go. The good news is the Predators player is up on his skates. Bad news is he's being escorted over to the bench by the Predators forwards. So, of course, all the best to him. Hope he's able to recover quickly here. Looks like we'll play on. Should be a defensive zone draw coming for the Raiders. Well, puck's dropped, one back by Berliner. Gossler fires in at the end boards, racks that over toward Marchuka, who's awaiting at his own far blue line. Marchuka now into the neutral zone, gains the offensive zone, looking for support, chips that into the slot, looking for Berliner. Can't quite connect as the puck rolls off Berliner's stick, and the Predators come right back the other way. Just over a minute to go. Predators with speed, guided wide. That puck is by Steinfink to the far half wall. It's Gossler and Berliner working on that puck, trying to get that out of the zone. It's chipped off the glass, put down by the Predators, kept in the zone by them at the blue line momentarily, and then sticked farther by Berliner. Marchuka waits at the offensive blue line, try and sneak a mini break away, but the Predators able to dump that right back in. Steinfink now on the puck, picks it up at the end boards, racks it around to the near side here. Predators unable to emerge with it as Meyerowicz gets in the way, comes into the neutral zone. Marchuka harassed by his man there. The Predators man knows if he gets past, it's going to be a big problem for Palisades. Marchuka able to dump in after he was harassed by his man. Predators chip that up off the glass. It's going to go all the way down. It should be an icing, and it is with 24.9 seconds left to go in this one. It's going to be an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Raiders. Well, it looks like a timeout was called there from the bench, so stick with us. We're going to have the last 24.9 seconds, and this one coming up next. Well, 24.9 left as the players come over the benches. Remember, this is an exhibition game, so without trying to predetermine the outcome here, if it ends 4-4 at the end of the third period, it'll just be a tie for these teams, and everyone will go home and be able to watch some football tonight. It looks like it'll be Marchuka, Berliner, Gosler, Meyerwich, and Steinfink out there as the 5 skaters for the Raiders. It'll be Berliner over the near dot here at the near circle, looking to win this puck, almost certainly on his backhand. Puck sits at the dot, comes in on the Predators goaltender there, and is just frozen as that rolling puck came into the blue paint, gobbled up by the Predators netminder. And so with 22.2, we're going to do it all over again here in the offensive end of the Raiders. It's Berliner leaning on his stick. Linesman checks. Berliner able to gum up the stick of his man, win that puck forward. The Predators send that puck up out of the zone. It's chip pass. The Predators now on a break. Gosler over to try and take his man out of the play. Pass comes into the slot. Shot comes in, goes wide of the cage there. 10 seconds left to go here for the Raiders to survive in their own end. Music comes on. Scorekeeper thinks the game's over. 3 seconds, 2, now 1, and that should do it as the puck sits at the end boards. This game has gone final at the Palisades Mall. It's the New York City Raiders 4, the Palisades Predators 4. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in on this Sunday afternoon here from West Nyack, New York. We'll see you again next week right here on Midnight Sports. Until then, stay safe.